Hello, my name is Donna Thibodeau, and I'm the administrative assistant for Charles T. Thibodeau and Associates. Um, I deal with the paperwork, I deal with scheduling, and I deal with troubleshooting. The software that we have for this program notifies me when you start the program, and as you complete each section, I am notified. When you complete the whole program, I am notified that you have completed it. When I get that notification, I go online and I check to see how you did on each section. If you had trouble with one section, I may call you and suggest that you do that section over again. This class is not timed, and you can start and stop at will, and you can go back in as many times as you want to. So don't be afraid as you're going through this to go back and reread something before you take the quiz. After you complete the course, we will send your employer this. It's a certificate of completion, and this you should keep once you get it from your employer. You should keep it in a safe place for 3 years because you never know when you may be needing it during that period of time. If you have questions about the program, please call me, Donna, at 763-421-4163. If you have problems with the substance of the program, call my husband Chuck at the same number. But if you have questions like, how do I get paid for this training, or how do I sign up for jobs, that you have to get from your employer. We are not employees of your employer. We are independent contractors. If you have questions about the other classes that we teach, and we do teach, I don't know, 15, 16 other classes, um, then you can go to our website, which is ctthibodeau.net, and you can read all about all of our classes, and you can even get a sort of a virtual tour of our office, which happens to be located in the lower level of our house. Now let me introduce Chuck. Chuck has been teaching these courses for years and years, 100 years, and I have been his administrative assistant for most of that 100 years. So here he is.
I'm glad to be here and meet you all. Congratulations, you've chosen a fine place to go out and get some experience. The, um, the purpose of our getting together today is to inform you as well as we can in a very short period of time on what security is all about. And it's a very good job. There's a lot of growth potential in this industry, and it's something that you might look a little harder at once you get started because you can grow and go up in management if you'd like. Uh, Pre-assignment training was what you signed up for today, and pre-assignment training is 12 hours. Others will join us in this group with only needing 6 hours because that's your annual mandatory continuing training. So you got pre-assignment training for 12 hours, continuing training for 6 hours. In addition to that, there's on-the-job training, hands-on training, and that's going to happen every time you go to a new account. You're going to have to be retrained on the account. And so we get general information in the cognitive, which I'm going to give you, and you're going to get some hands-on training when you go to your first job. From that point on, every time you move jobs, you'll have to have some more training. State of Minnesota wants you to be retrained in a classroom setting every year for 6 hours. But they've got a condition on that. It says that you have to identify when did you get hired, what month did you get hired in, and you have to have that yearly training a month before, at least a month before. Don't wait until March 1st to get your training, your 6-hour training, when your hire date is something in March. It doesn't work that way. So you want to be very careful and make sure that you get there in time. You can get 6 hours of training every year after January. You get practically whenever you want. All right. The on-the-job training then is very important, and what that turns out to be is 8 hours to 40 hours or whatever. And what they do is they take you into an account, and then they have you shadow an experienced officer on the account. And by doing that, you'll get oriented to all of the specifics for that particular account. The next thing that you need to know is that in a generic sense, what is your job? Well, your job as a security officer is to observe, report, and take limited action. Okay, so you want to be very observant of what's going on around you. You kind of got an expectation here of you're going to hear, see, and feel everything that you need to know what's going on in your environment. And how are you going to act when you're doing that? And the answer is reasonable, necessary, and timely. Those three things you also have to add to that job. Security is not there to protect people and assets only. There's a lot more to this job than that. And it is to establish, maintain a stable, relatively predictable environment. Well, actually, when you talk about people and assets, they are a part of all of that. But you're not keying in on human beings and valuable assets of the company only. There's a lot more to the job. Okay, and then the one of the tools that you're going to have is called proactive prevention protocols, and you're going to be going around. You may very well be going around doing building patrols, and on patrols, you're looking at your what could possibly go wrong. You're looking for foreseeability of risks that pop up from time to time, and then you work with a team to make recommendations for countermeasures and that kind of thing. So it gets a little technical after a while, but none of that's going to be laid on you at the very beginning. You're going to just begin the training. This training will continue now and until you're able to take over all by yourself. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is ask Donna that what she does is be available for you. We also have a technician. Her name is Debbie. And so we've got a couple of volunteers working with me. I'm the only employee. This is a sole proprietorship business. So you ever want to get a hold of me, I'm open 24/7. I have been since I started teaching in 1986 at Denver Hills Community College. I had what was called an open door policy, and all of my students had the ability to call me anytime, whatever the problem is, and we work it out over the phone most of the time. I actually haven't had to go out on posts for ever. We talk about what to do, try this, try that, and some, and I can pretty much give you an answer to just about everything that you got a problem with. And I also had to keep it in the confines of the company you're working for, so I'm not violating them. Okay. All right. We're going to close this off. You're going to get into the business and start following your instructions. And don't ever be afraid to call us if you can't understand the instructions or what you're doing the way we instructed you doesn't work. We need to know that right away. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.